Today, we're looking at a somewhat niche layout for custom keyboards. As ironic as it can be, it's the full-size layout. What may be a standard to pre-built and gaming keyboards is now here in the form of the Monsgeek M5, and today, we're gonna look at it. Disclaimer: Monsgeek did send this unit out for review, but as always, my opinions are mine. The Monsgeek M5 is available through Monsgeek's website and locally through Shopee, priced at 71.99 pesos for all the colors, in which I have the silver one with me. Going over the simple box, we are greeted with the board itself wrapped in a plastic cover and included tape. Next to that are the accessories such as the manual, extra tape for the force brake mod, the USB Type-C coiled cable, screw-in stabs, and extra screws and gaskets in case you lose some. Let's quickly build this up with the foams and stock mods added. I first modded the stabs with Zion Lube and Krytox 205G0, making sure to just add a little, not to overlube the stabs. I then proceeded to add the force brake mod and remove one layer of foam inside the board. This is to add more flex and bounce to the typing experience. Finally, after adding in the stabs, it's time for some switches, in which Ako sent out the Piano Pro linear switches, which are lubed out of the factory and offer you a pleasing clacky sound out of the box. I'd say the lubing here is consistent, and it does give up a middle-of-the-road weight in actual typing. Moving on over to the keycaps, they also sent in this OSA profile keycaps in the Starry Night colorway, and I'd say it looks so nice. A bit high for my liking, but in use, I find it comfortable to type on. Not as comfortable as Cherry Profile, but better than their ASA Profile in my opinion. And finally, here's the build, with all the foams except case foam, force brake mod with no tape mod, and with lube stabs. Hear it for yourself. As you heard, the board doesn't sound different to other offerings such as the M3, as they all have identical designs. So let's focus on what's different on this M5 release. As I've said in the intro, this fills the gap for the full-size custom market, as the only true full-size competitor is the one from Keycron. I get that 1800 layouts are a thing, but I personally know some users of the numpad who despise the one-use hero key and would rather have a separate numpad in order to satisfy their needs. This, however, solves that by incorporating the standard 108-key ANSI layout. This means any affordable keycap set would fit in this, so long as it has a numpad in the base kit. The rest is the same with the former models from Monsgeek, same side accents which are removable, the same two-piece design and curves, and the same sound profile overall. I like this approach, as while Monsgeek shows they have consistency, it also vastly reduces the costs for manufacturing and R&D. This move, in my opinion, is alright for a budget brand, as they are trying to appeal to the mass market. As for the case finishing, I didn't saw any machining marks or imperfections even on the sides, and the PCB seemed to work out of the box without any problems. Speaking of the PCB, it's still a non-flex cut 5-pin hot swap PCB with perky RGB and screw-in support. It's BIA compatible out of the box, and it's also complemented by an additional daughter board for the Type-C port. Moving on over to the plate, as standard, this is a polycarbonate one which overall deepens the tone of the switch, whilst providing you more flex you otherwise can't get on an aluminum plate. And while the gaskets are made out of silicone, you still get a bit of bounce with the mounting here. In conclusion, as I've said with the M3 review, this series of boards are bang for the bucks for its price, and with the latest M1W release, it's much more of a no-brainer. If you're new to the hobby and don't want to lose your numpad, or just aren't keen on adjusting your typing habits yet, then this is a one and done good deal. The lack of wireless isn't a deal breaker, since you wouldn't carry around this brick of a keyboard. And whilst the design is simple and kind of bland, that is what makes it much more affordable, that ultimately leads to the appeal of the mass market. How about you? What do you think of the Monsgeek M5? Let me know down below. I'm John J. Wimaba, and I'll see you in the next video.